Get Rich or Die Tryin is the debut studio album of American rapper 50 Cent. It was released on February 6, 2003, by Aftermath Entertainment, under a joint venture with Shady Records, and distributed by Interscope Records. Its initially planned release was pushed 7 days ahead due to heavy bootlegging and internet leakage. The album featured production from Dr. Dre and Eminem, and featured guest appearances from Eminem and then-newcomers Young Buck, Lloyd Banks, and Tony Yayo of the group G Unit. The album debuted at number 1 on the US Billboard 200 chart, selling 872,000 copies in its first week. It spawned 4 singles, including the number 1 hits in Die Club, and 21 Questions, and the international single P.I.M.P. By December 2003, Get Rich or Die Tryin has sold 8.1 million copies in the United States and was certified 6 times platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. Upon its release, the album received positive reviews from most music critics and was nominated for a Grammy Award for Best Rap Album, losing to OutKast Speakerboxxx The Love Below at the 46th Grammy Awards. It ranked number 37 on Rolling Stone magazine's list of best albums of the 2000s. Background: prior to the release of his mixtape, Curtis Jackson was shot 9 times in Queens, New York. He managed to survive, but was dropped from his label, Columbia, and remained unsigned and in need of producing new music. In 2002, Eminem listened to a copy of 50 Cent's Guess Who's Back? Mixtape album through Jackson's attorney, who was working with Eminem's manager Paul Rosenberg. After being impressed with the mixtape, Eminem invited 50 Cent to Los Angeles where he was introduced to producer Dr. Dre. 50 Cent signed a $1 million record deal with Dr. Dre and released his next mixtape, No Mercy, No Fear. It featured the 8 Mile single, Wankster, which was later put on Get Rich or Die Tryin. Both Eminem and Dr. Dre had started working productions on his debut album with additional help from producers Mike Elizondo, Sha Money XL among others. The first single in Die Club was the first of 7 tracks he recorded in 5 days with Dr. Dre. Eminem was featured on a couple songs, such as Patiently Waiting, and Don't Push Me. His songs also featured rappers within G Unit, such as Lloyd Banks, Tony Yayo, or Young Buck. The next single 21 Questions was not in line to be on the album to Dr. Dre. He stated that he did not want the song on the album. According to 50 Cent, Dre was, like, how you going to be gangster this and that and then put this sappy love song on? 50 Cent responded saying, I'm 2 people. I've always had to be 2 people since I was a kid, to get by. To me that's not diversity, it's necessity. Back Down and Heat were instrumentals originally composed by Rakim, Tommy Costa and Dr. Dre. They were both originally intended to be used on Rakim's debut Aftermath album, Oh My God, but due to creative differences was not released. Early pressings of Get Rich or Die Tryin included a limited edition bonus DVD. Singles: the album's lead single, In Die Club, was certified platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, becoming 50 Cent's first song to top the Billboard Hot 100 for 9 weeks and remained on the charts for 22 weeks. The track also reached number 1 on the top 40 tracks, Hot R&B hip-hop songs, and Hot Rap Tracks charts. The song reached number 1 in Denmark, Germany, Ireland, and Switzerland and the top 5 in Austria, Belgium, Finland, Greece, Norway, Sweden, the Netherlands, and the United Kingdom. It received 2 Grammy nominations for Best Male Rap Solo Performance and Best Rap Song. This is considered to be one of the best rap songs of all time, introducing a new sound and rhythm to rap. It was listed at number 18 on VH1's 100 Greatest Hip-Hop Songs of All Time. Its second single, 21 Questions, became 50 Cent's second chart topper on the Billboard Hot 100, where it remained for 4 non-consecutive weeks. It spent 7 weeks on top of the Billboard Hot R&B Hip-Hop Songs charts. Outside the States, 21 Questions reached number 6 in the United Kingdom. It was certified gold by the RIAA. The third single P.I.M.P. was shipped with a remix featuring rappers Snoop Dogg and trio group G Unit. It was the third single that peaked at number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 1 on Hot Rap Tracks, becoming the third single from the album to peak in the top 10 on the Hot 100 chart. It also reached number 1 in Canada. It was certified gold by RIAA. The album's final single, If I Can't, peaked at number 76 on the Billboard Hot 134 on the Hot R&B Hip Hop Songs charts. Commercial performance: in the United States, Get Rich or Die Tryin debuted at number 1 on the Billboard 200, selling 872,000 copies during its first week. On December 9, 2003, the album was certified sextuple platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America, for shipments of 6 million copies. It was among the best-selling albums of the decade, worldwide, selling 12 million copies by the end of the year. It remains as 50 Cent's best-selling album to date, with sales of more than 8,273,000 in the United States as of July 2014, making it the 10th highest-selling rap album of all time in the United States. In Russia, the album was certified 5x platinum, selling 120,000 copies. Critical reception: Get Rich or Die Tryin has been called the most hyped rap debut in over a decade and was hailed as a classic by critics when it was released. At Metacritic, it holds an aggregate score of 73 out of 100, based on 19 reviews, indicating generally favorable reviews. In his review for USA Today, Steve Jones believed that the album is worthy of the hype 50 Cent had attracted because of how he delivers, in vivid detail, stories of the violent life he led as a crack dealer and speaks with the swagger of one who has been shot 9 times and lived to tell about it. AllMusic's Jason Birchmeier described it as impressive, and incredibly calculated, and identified it as ushering in 50 as one of the truly eminent rappers of his era. Rolling Stone magazine's Christian Horde praised the album's production and 50 Cent's thug persona, and rapping ability. Brett Berliner of Stylus magazine felt that he is versatile as a rapper and wrote that, while not even close to perfection, the album is one of the freshest to come out in years. It is one of only 19 rap albums to receive a perfect rating from XXL magazine. Robert Christgau was less enthusiastic in his consumer guide for The Village Voice and gave it a 2-star honorable mention, indicating a likable effort consumers attuned to its overriding aesthetic or individual vision may well enjoy. He cited, "What Up Gangsta," and "Patiently Waiting" as highlights and said that 50 Cent gets no cuter as his character unfolds on the album. Kayla Fassini of the New York Times wrote that 50 Cent is an appealing, mischievous character, whose talent for threatening raps aimed toward rivals is also limiting thematically. Accolades: in December 2009, Billboard magazine ranked Get Rich or Die Tryin at number 12 on its list of the top 200 albums of the decade. In 2012, Complex named the album one of the classic releases of the last decade. The single, In Dark Club, earned the number 1 spot on Billboard 2003's Single and Album of the Year, the first since Ace of Base had both in the same year. Back Down was listed on XXL's list of the greatest diss tracks of all time. Track listing: sample credits: Many Men contains a sample of Out of the Picture by Tavares. 21 Questions contains a sample of It's Only Love Doing Its Thing by Barry White. Patiently Waiting contains a sample of Gin and Juice by Snoop Dogg feat. Das Dillinger, If I Can't contains a sample of Peter Piper by Run DMC. Paul Rich contains a sample of Your Life's on the Line by 50 Cent. Personnel, credits for Get Rich or Die Tryin adapted from AllMusic. Charts, certifications, see also, list of number 1 albums of 2003, references, footnotes. Bibliography: Birchmeier, Jason. Get Rich or Die Tryin 50 Cent. AllMusic. Retrieved June 18, 2014. X, Chris. Original pirate material. The Village Voice. Retrieved June 18, 2014. External links: Get Rich or Die Tryin Discogs, Hip Hop's Holy Trinity by Pop Matters.